Hi, it is iYikKam time again. So I have Wing Chun Keen friends message me asking me to share on the writing of Wing Chun on the 1840s and the post 1950s Wing Chun writing. Okay, so usually the writing we call it Quid or Queen Quid. Okay, now if we look at the last stanza or last writing on the iYikKam Shurian Tao Quid 1840, it says this. It says sword finger, wing elbow, present to the hero. Okay. So what is sword finger mean? This is sword finger. Okay, this is sword finger. And wing elbow is palm. Okay. And the elbow. Okay, palm and elbow. Okay. So from this quid, the last quid, he said sword finger and wing elbow present to the hero. Okay, that actually describes the arts. And this art is not only close body. Sword finger is a long distance art or long fist art. Long elbow is the close body art. So we know at 1840s, Wing Chun is not just a close body art. It also has its long distance or long fist part. Okay. And there is no magic on this stuff. As what I mentioned before, technology is keeping evolving. Today, if you see a rounded martial art, they will have, for example, the jab for the long distance and the hook for the close body. Okay? So one should not be naive, say I just want to have a long and I don't have a close body. People have that because martial arts is an evolved technology. One cannot use 50 years ago's technology to solve today's issue. It's keeping evolved. Okay? So as we know from the Creed, in 1840, they have a long distance, they have the close body. Okay? That is Wing Chun 1840 per the writing of at that era. Okay? Now, if you look at today's Quid or Wing Chun or terminology, we know the fact is they are made up. Okay? They are not even accord to the ancient Chinese culture. For example, in one of the very famous quid, which you always will hear it in the movie too, he said that there's no 5 element. Okay? Wing Chun have no 5 element, the quid said within that. The fact is, 5 element and yin yang is the analytical tools and synthesizing tools for the Chinese in the Chinese culture of thousands of years. 5 elements and yin yang is one for analyze and then for synthesize. Okay? If you use today's language. So one need to ask, how the heck is that a Chinese advanced art do not have the synthesized or analytical tools inside there? Okay. So this is the issue on people made it up post 1950s without really study into what happened in the ancient. Okay? Another term which is made up also is called Nimlik. You check every ancient classic there, from Taoism, Buddhism, Chinese medicines, everything. It doesn't present you a Nimlik as what people talk about in Wing Chun today. We know. Okay? This term pops up after post-1950s. Okay? So, is that really difficult to check whether what is a fact or not, what is according to the ancient Chinese culture and ancient martial art? No, it is not difficult at all. You have the Buddhism scripture, the Taoism, the Chinese medicines, and the ancient martial art. All of them have common denominator. Like for example, this 5 elements and yin yang and 5 elements. You like it or not, it's all inside there. So if anybody violating those things, you know, they made it up post 1950s. Okay? So that is the facts. Okay? Another thing about this term, Xiu Lim Tao. Xiu Lim Tao is never Xiu Lim Tao because it doesn't make sense according to the naming of the ancient Chinese. Ancient Chinese is really specific when they name something. They always have quoting whatever the previous classic. Okay? So the term Xiu Lim Tao is not leader idea. It is the training in details. Training in details. Okay? So, where can we trace it? Simple. We can trace it to Hermes Zhuang. He said that tasting the details is the wonderful recipe. It tells you to taste the details. And if you don't satisfy with this, let's go to Neijing, the yellow emperor internal classic of the traditional Chinese medicines, which is the grandfather of everything. Okay? In Neijing, he has 2 observations. One is the observations of external. One is the internal observations. So as today's, the doctor at that time, the medicine doctor at that time who practiced Neijing, not just study theory, they do 2 things. One, they watch the person, the patient, take their pulse, their tongue, and their eyes, and so forth. That is called external observations. Internal observations means because they train in Qigong and internal art, they be able to see how their meridians and the internal organs functions. That's called Neijing, internal seeing. Yes, it exists. Okay. So they have these 2 parts. Only when these 2 parts is fused together, the theory and the practice fused together, then they have it solid. Okay? That's Neijing teaching. Today people probably just, oh yeah, I just check your pulse, you have to do this, blah, blah, blah. Before they don't. They just check it and they observe themselves. Okay, is this the case? Okay? So, when he said, taste the details is the wonderful recipe, guess what he said? Observe yourself. The details is the key of development the Kung Fu. That is what Xiu Lim Tao is for. Okay? So, what do observe. What to observe? The 6 core elements. Okay? The body, the mind, the breathing, the chi flow, the force flow or the use of the strength, and the momentum. They observe that. So in today's words, it's like putting a sensor in each element. They know exactly what it is, how it works. Okay? And in today's term, scientific term, that is observed, it is according to the law of physics and according to the human body nature or not. Simple as that. Okay? Nothing woo-woo, nothing mysterious. Okay? Because this is the basis. Be it in the ancient China thousands of years ago when they teach this yellow emperor classic, or today's in the technology of our modern era. Okay? You observe explicit, you observe the internal, you know the details, you can handle the details. That is what it's called for. So you see, Wing Chun per 1840 is a technology. It is a moving forward technology. It's not rigid and closed. It's an open. You have a platform for one. Okay? And Xiu Lim Tao is for that. Xiu Lim Tao is not some kind of using some kinds of mind or mind power. No. 6 core element is much more powerful than anything out there because it covers the whole external and internal. And I don't create that. It is in Chinese culture for thousands of years. You can check from Yellow Emperor classics to the Buddhist writing, to the Taoist scripture, to the martial arts. So from that you can see, okay? So again, I do not want to make fault or wrong for people, but what I'm saying here is that it is according to what the ancient Chinese culture or not, it is not that difficult to check. And the ancient Chinese is not saying, oh, you just do this. As the iYikKam Kun Kit or the Xiu Lim Tao is said, short finger, long elbow, I present to the hero. It doesn't say that, oh, you have to do this, do this, do this, do this. No. It is a long fist and a close body art. It feels. And one really in trouble when one do not know the 5 elements and the yin yang for the analysis and the synthesis. One do not have the observations training where one be able to train, be able to observe the explicit and internal. So if you want to call Wing Chun as internal, yes, it's internal. According to what? According to Huangdi Neijing, according to what you said, you observe external, you observe internal, and you know what to do. Okay, and you have these 5 elements, and you have this yin yang as a tools. You can manipulate that. You can play with that. Okay. So let's not get naive saying that, oh yeah, I have the close body art, I'm at everything. No. This jab is long. This hook is a close. Okay? It's just naive if we think that other people, other martial arts do not progress and evolve. And we stay in 100 years ago or stay in 50 years ago, then it's ultimate. It never be ultimate. No grandmaster is demigod, and no ancient stuff is ultimate. The only ultimate is the science.